0, 1.
Let's get started.
And hello everybody and welcome to another episode of the Black and White United Show. I'm your host Andreas, thanks for tuning in. First of all, sorry we haven't done many videos over the last couple of days. I've just been battling the man flu, so it is what it is, I'll get over it. But it's a beautiful day here in Melbourne today. It's going to hit a top of 30 degrees, so I thought why not come outside and sort of wanted to talk about who our key players, or who are the players that we're going to need to see some major improvement from in 2025 compared to 2024. So the first off is probably the most obvious one that we're going to see, and that one there is Isaac Quainer. I think he probably needs to shed a couple of kilos and just get a bit more leaner, so he can sort of regain that pace side of his game. There was games this season, like the game against Adelaide. He did a few really good 1%ers that game at home that we won, including that smother, but other things around the ground as well. And then you look at the game against Brisbane where he did that really that diving, saving tackle when I'm mind blank on who it was running in for an open goal. That bloke that kicked the goal after the siren for us a few years ago against us. Sorry, just mental blank. Zack Bailey, I think it is it? I can't even remember. Anyway, so nevertheless, so he's definitely one of them that I think needs to have a massive improvement. The other one, people have inboxing me saying, is Lachie Schultz. Now, yeah, I think Lachie Schultz does have to have a much better year than what he did this year. But with that being said, though, if you think about it like new club, new environment, we're going through a bit of a premiership hangover. Excuse me. We're going through a bit of a premiership hangover. You know, he's trying to adjust to a new team. The expectations for Collingwood are up here. Then, it's not always going to end up being, all fucking roses and fucking daisies, is it? So he didn't have the greatest season, but if you think about it, he was still our second leading goal scorer. He kicked some clutch goals when it mattered. He had some pretty decent games. Took that game against Bulldogs that we lost, he was fantastic. The last game against, or that second last game, whatever it was, against Brisbane, he was really good then too. I think with the addition of Houston on the half-back line and the delivery getting even better into the forward line, whether he plays in a half-forward flank or a forward pocket, his manic pressure this season into 2025, however you want to call it, I think he's going to be the fucking key to us. It's going to be really, really important the way that he can do that lockdown pressure in the forward 50. I'd like to see more of it. I'm hoping that he sort of returns to the 2023 Lachie Schultz of Fremantle, not so much with his goal scoring, whatever, but the way he locks the ball in. So I think if he does that, and he doesn't have to kick 2-3 goals a game, he can kick 2 goals, a fucking month for all I give a fuck. If he's doing the hard stuff around the forward line and locking it and creating opportunity and options for tall forwards or running half-backmans or people in the midfield who are pushing in, and he's dishing the ball out, doing all the hard yards in there, that's exactly what you want. And I reckon that we sort of took for granted the stuff that he did this season for us when he was doing that. I think we definitely took that side of things for granted. And it was sort of not until towards the end when everything started clicking and it was going to be hard for us to make the finals, where you could actually see, oh, fuck, he's doing this. Oh, shit, he's doing this. You know what I mean? So I'm hoping he has a better season than what he did last year, or not so much a better season, but the last few weeks of really good Lachie Schultz, I want to see that for the majority of next season. And you've got to take into consideration players are going to have shit games and stuff like that too. The other one that I really hope has a good season, and we haven't really heard much about him, and I said this in my live with Cass from Pies Footy a while ago, is Jacob Bryan. Now, I know that he didn't get really much game time at all this season. He got concussed that first game that he played against the Bulldogs, I think, in 2023. I would love to see him break into the team and all of a sudden we've got this weapon off the half-back, or he plays a little bit of half-forward or plays a bit on the wing. I would love to see what he's got to offer, because I think there is something there. I'm just hoping that it's not one of those ones where it's nah, he doesn't get in and see you later, like we did with Arlo Draper the end of last season. So that's what I'm hoping for. I really want to see Big Smith Big Roo. I want to see him potentially get a game or something in the preseason. I want to see him get some AFL level experience in the preseason, bring it into the VFL and see what he can do, because Mason Cox is not going to be here in 2026. I wouldn't have thought he's going to be here for 25, but I don't know if he's going to go beyond that. Now, if we happen to go all the way, then we're going to lose quite a few. But I think regardless, Cox is going to be one of those ones that goes. So I want to see a tall, big man. This isn't just for Smith, but this is just for like all the big men that we get or that we've got. I want to see something, because you can't rely on Darcy Cameron every single game. You can't rely on the same shit all the time, because you get found out, and we saw it during games. We almost lost to North Melbourne. We got found out against Sydney. So we just need that other chop out. And I really think that's probably the reason why they were looking at Hayes, which I don't think they're going to get now, but because you could probably get a chop out from Frampton, you could probably get a chop out from someone else down back, you could probably get a chop out from McStay in the ruck and the forward. That might be the way that we go, but who knows? I just want to see another forward at Collingwood come straight in and be like, I've got this by the balls, because I know Mason Cox will do it, but I don't want it to be just him, because let's say he does it and he has a fantastic season and whatever happens, we win it, we don't, who cares? Well, I care, but I'm just saying for his sake. He has a great season, chops out Darcy Cameron, they both dominate the whole season. What happens when Cox goes? Like, all of a sudden, there's a hole there that needs to be fixed, and picking up ruckman from other clubs is extremely difficult. So we'll see how we go with that one there. The other one that I really want to see just grab the season by the balls and take it and fucking run with it this season is, and like, he's been Mr. Consistent for us, but I want to see Jack Crisp go to that next level. I want to see Jack Crisp I want to put him into the elite midfield category. Now, as Collingwood supporters, we probably think he is. He's Mr. Reliable. He does absolutely everything that you could that you need, basically. But I just want to see him be like, wow, look at this guy, like, just busting through the packs. I don't want to rely on De Goey. I don't want to rely on Dacos. I don't want to rely on Josh Dacos. I don't want to rely on Houston coming in now. I want to see him be like, hey, this is my show. And while everybody tags him, worries about him, thinks about these two guys down back, they're going to put some other midfielder guy on me who is just, hey, this is Chris, just do your job on him, it's fine. And Chris just break it apart, because we have that potential for him to be an absolute fucking weapon next year. So, hopefully, touch wood, he stays as Mr. Consistent, but I want to see him, because there was games last year. There was games last year against Melbourne. There was games last year against Essendon. There was games last year, I think it was even when we were on fire against North Melbourne. There was games where he just took it by the scruff of the neck and he looked electric coming out. Oh, which game was it? I think it was the game against West Coast, where we just absolutely smashed them, right? We just absolutely smashed them. And it was like, he looked like Chris Judd on fucking Heat, right? And I know West Coast wasn't much. I just realised I sparked up a ciggy. Sorry, but anyway, I'm G'ing myself up. Just the way he was running and stuff. I want to see more of that. I want to see more of us. I want to see us be ruthless next year. I want to see the guys that in 2-3 years' time, regardless of what happens, in 2-3 years' time, when we might be out of that premiership window and we're starting to just regroup again, I want to see, though, there's these guys here that I want them to take us to that next level. I want them to carry us in. Because at the moment, it's still Howe, it's still Pendle, still Sidey, still Cox at times, and then you've got your Dacoses and stuff. And while we're on it, I want to put this out there, and I've said it in the previous videos before, and this is just a general rant. I need to stress how important Mason Cox's his role in our team is. If he, in 2023, we had no ruckman, we had Ash Johnson and Billy Frampton doing the ruckload for us, because Cameron was out with the knee and Cox had that sternum injury and stuff. When they came back, we ended up winning the flag, right? Cox's role is so important to the progression and the dominance of Darcy Cameron. And that's why I said before, we need another tall to come in and just grab it by the balls, right? And be like, I got you back. I've got you right now. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully we can get one that stands up and whatever. Anyway, just quickly, I've got a Instagram special on my Instagram page. So I'm going to pop that up here now. You should be able to see it. Follow me on Instagram and give my Instagram special a watch. It is the top 5 voted by you on Instagram Collingwood home and away games from the year 2000 to now. The top 5 that everybody inboxed me. There was over 100 inboxes, and I tallied them up, and that's what I got. I did sort of bump one up in there because it was one of my favorites, but it's my channel. I did it anyway. Who cares? Thanks, guys. Leave a comment below. Call it as you see it, and as always, Kaya Pies.